Thanks everyone for coming to this event, the Global Peace Teleconference event, starting shortly as we go by Dr. Lana Love and Detective David Love. I'm a mystical author. I've been a private detective in the United States and Australia for close to 30 years now. We manage quite a few businesses here, Lana's medical practice, my security and investigations agency. We also have Universal Soul Love, of course, our international charitable organization, which is registered in the United States and Australia as a faith-based international organization. If you'll just hold on for a few minutes, we'll be getting started very soon, and we'll talk a little bit more about the conference, and then we'll be interviewing Diane Gray very shortly. Very excited about that, and we'll be introducing her. So just bear with us.
So global peace is the topic of today's conference. Really important to considering today's times. That's one of the reasons that we decided to do this. It's also a project that David's been involved in, Global Peace Conference.
This project is based on the Institute of Economics and Peace and the World Peace Movement, which we just became a member of recently, and I'll be talking about that shortly as well. So just starting out, like I said, our organization is Universal Soul Love. It's a tax-exempt 501c3 organization in the United States. We're registered in Australia as a charitable organization. We've been in existence since 2015. Universal Soul Love's objectives include advocacy, educational campaign, and projects designed to improve the lives of people impacted by pervasive social issues and protection of the natural environment and other charitable activities and interests deemed appropriate by us, improving others and people on the planet. And one of the ways we do this is by doing these teleconferences and engaging with other charitable organizations who have similar interests. And we work with a lot of people, including a lot of the speakers in this conference who you're going to see today. We've been with the BBS radio TV family for several years now.
Many years when we had our radio show on a regular basis.
And we've probably interviewed hundreds of people on BBS radio, TV network. We're very grateful to the producers, Doug and Don Newsom, for giving us the opportunity to broadcast this teleconference event live across the world. They reach tens of millions of listeners, even if they're not on this event at this moment. Later on, with our video will be professionally edited, and it'll be broadcast over and over. It's very exciting. So we're going to do this well, and we're going to. And Don, if you just wanted to say a few words, that would be great. Love to just give you our appreciation.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm Donald Newsom. I'm one of the founders here of BBS Radio TV. It's been a labor of love since 2003 when it all began. And it's because we get to meet wonderful people like Dr. Lana Love and Detective David Love. It's really an honor to be a part of this. And I appreciate it. And I'm looking to have some fun.
Wow. Thanks so much, Don. Really appreciate all your hard effort and work over the years and today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You guys are, just amazing. You've done amazing things for the world with all the different radio shows and television shows with the hosts and the information that they're putting out to the world. Very inspirational messages and important information goes through BBS Radio Network.
That's right. Absolutely.
Also, I just wanted to thank our editors, Charlotte,
for
of course,
yes,
going through all of this. She had to go through dozens of emails to get everyone on the teleconference to speak.
Quite a feat to get all these international speakers from the US and Australia and South Africa and coordinate everybody together in the right also, time zone.
Yeah, it's hard. And we have another editor, Emily, who has worked hard in the background. We have our business manager, James, on here, who's probably brought his friends and family. Thank you much for showing up. Thank all our speakers as well for taking the time out to support global peace and universal soul love's efforts and BBS Radio Network. And so get into this a little bit more now. Theme of our conference, which is about achieving global peace through the principles of kindness in these challenging times. And we're going to show how each one of our speakers will come at this from a unique and different point of view.
This project rose out. You want to say
yes.
how?
So the project started. I undertook the Positive Peace Academy through the Institute of Economics and Peace quite a while ago. And that project requires, I should say, it requires a project at the end of the program, the academy. And originally I was just going to do this with Lana. It's called the Positive Peace Project, or the Positive Peace for us. And the idea here was to just do a video talking about how we can achieve global peace through kindness. And it ended up inevitably, as it does with Dr. Lana and I, of expanding. I spoke.
It just grew of its own accord. We decided to add Sasha Stone and then ask Michael Tellinger, and then
I'm just going to read something very quickly. The Institute for Economics and Peace is the world leading think tank dedicated to developing metrics to analyze peace and quantify its economic value. They do this by developing global and national indices, best known for its annual publications, the Global Peace Index, the Global Terrorism Index, and the Positive Peace Report. Founded in 2008, the IEP has developed into a global organization. Its research regularly features in leading international media publications. It's an independent nonprofit charitable organization that has 501c3 status in the United States. And the way I decided to do this Positive Peace plan was by adding kindness at its foundation. And that
which
came
makes
about,
sense.
Yeah. Which is the way we intend
the
to
two
achieve
were so
this.
interrelated.
Right. It's an integrated. You can't really have peace without kindness.
No.
And that's what this is all about. And so Universal Soul Love recently became an organizational member of the World Kindness Movement. And so we added that as our foundation, like I said. And the World Kindness Movement is a legally registered not-for-profit organization with no political, commercial, or religious affiliations. The formation of the organization crystallized at the conference in Tokyo on the 20th of September, 1997, when Japan brought together like-minded kindness organizations from around the world for the first time. The World Kindness Movement is recognized as the peak body for kindness. Whilst not a governing body, it is a platform for collaboration and sharing. The mission of the World Kindness Movement is to inspire individuals towards greater kindness by connecting nations to create a kinder world. Members of the movement include over 27 nations with representatives from Australia, Canada, China. I don't think I'm going to go through the whole list.
What a great idea, though. What a great organization. I love it.
Yeah, their mission is to inspire individuals towards greater kindness and to connect nations to create a kinder world. And they encourage individuals in other nations to establish kindness movements within their countries and collaborate on global initiatives through membership in the World Kindness Movement. And we also have World Kindness Australia. We have both organizations represented in this teleconference. We're very excited. We'll be seeing them later. And for the Positive Peace Project itself, for which this video is all about, or should I say this live teleconference at the moment, it's the Positive Peace Plan is the attitudes, institutions, and structures that complete and sustain peaceful societies, and is transformational, which I think is a great word, because we're looking for personal transformation and also global transformation. And every society can benefit from peace through kindness, obviously, but we're going to find out how when each one of our speakers goes through their method of achieving peace through kindness.
We are interested in practicalities.
Yes. So, but we'll be seeing that in each presentation. Just pay attention to the theme, and you'll see how this all works out. The intent of the Positive Peace Project is to undertake a shift in social systems gradually, to invoke subtle changes in their social systems, although I'd certainly love to see a powerful, explosive transformation, but nonetheless, sometimes it's just used gradually. However it comes about, we just want it to happen. And this is one of our starts in this, although we've been working on it all along, really.
That's right.
I think many people have, and I'm very grateful for the people who do this type of work. For us, this is achieved by thinking through what we might call the positive peace pillars, and identifying ways to influence or nudge each pillar in a direction that's favorable to the outcome, which is global peace. The Positive Peace Plan is associated with better economic outcomes, measures of well-being, development of outcomes, levels of inclusiveness, and environmental protection performance measures, which I think each country does this, and certainly the Institute of Economics and Peace does this as well, where they actually go through quantifying and showing how those changes have actually occurred.
You have the pillars of positive peace, which include having a sound business environment, a well-functioning government, equitable distribution of resources, free flow of information, good relationships with neighbors, high levels of human capital, acceptance of the right of others, and low levels of corruption. It would be great to see all of that in a society at any one time.
Certainly would.
So those are the important pillars of positive peace.
And there's a few other things here, but I think just at the moment, I think we'll just move on to.
So we had the idea of getting speakers from all walks of life, speakers who could give us different focuses and different practical ways of achieving global peace. Obviously, global peace is a huge topic. It's such an important topic. I mean, peace is a goal, I think, of everybody for their own lives and for society. And you could ask yourself, what is peace? What is peace? Well, peace really is something which starts off as being an internal state of being, I think. Peace is, it's an acceptance, it's of yourself, love and respect for yourself. It leads to an equilibrium. It leads to a sense of well-being. Peace is something which is psychological. It is philosophical. It is political. So peace is many different things. It is equilibrium, and it is a state of health. And it's something I think that we aspire to, and something which gives us happiness. And obviously, peace is completely connected with many other factors, including kindness, including freedom, and of course, including all the pillars that we just talked about regarding countries having good business, good economics, equitable distribution of resources. When it comes to peace, it's both an internal state of being as well as an external relationship. It's a relationship you have with yourself and a relationship you have with the environment. And of course, one reflects the other. In terms of your relationship with the environment, it includes your relationship with your fellow man, it's your intimate relationships, your family, relationship with your society, relationship with the whole world. It's not just a relationship you have with other people, it's a relationship you have with animals and with the environment and Mother Gaia. So it's all of that. And that's why it's so important. And
Well said.
Yeah. So, and that's those are the important things that we wanted to cover in today's conference.
Right, and I think you had a quote from JFK real quick. President
JFK
John Kennedy
had a peace talk, his famous peace talk in 1963.
Right, you were talking. It talks about how I don't have the exact quote in front of me, but nonetheless, it was about how peace and freedom must walk together, and
Intimately connected.
and you need to feel that within yourself. We're individuals in a global community, so each it's like each cell in a body. You need to be well functioning at each individual level, and therefore you would be at a whole.
That's right.
And so, like Lana's saying, your peace starts with yourself, and then if everyone feels peaceful, the whole global community will equally feel peaceful.
The thing is, as people, as humans, that can be a bit tricky because we are both peaceful and not peaceful. It's you just have to have a look at our genes and our psychology. We do have an innate empathy and kindness, and just look at the amount of love that goes from parents to their child, the amount of effort and self-sacrifice that goes towards raising a child. Is there any other species on Earth that spends at least 18 years towards loving their offspring? So empathy is certainly a characteristic. Empathy and love is certainly a characteristic that people have. It's encompassed in the word, our humanity, love towards not only our kind, but love towards animals, a love towards the environment. That's certainly something that humans have. However, we also have the opposite, unfortunately. Aggression is in our very genes.
It's part of human nature, unfortunately.
Part of our defense system. Our ego is so fragile. We have a lot of very aggressive defenses, very lethal defenses, killing, maiming.
Our primal nature, which is, we are part of nature, not apart from it, but nonetheless, our type of hostility and aggression is quite different from what we see with wild animals.
So here we have this innate irony that we have both. And maybe there's something about why it's so hard to achieve peace. We have contradictory nature inside of us. So one of the questions is, what do we do? How do we foster peace? How do we foster the innate love that we have inside ourselves while suppressing our aggression or other people's aggression? Very tricky question, which may have something to do with why global peace has been so hard to achieve. Although, at least in the Western world, we have had quite a number of years of peace. We hope that will continue. We are living in tricky times.
We sure are. There's certainly a lot going on, which is why we decided to do this. I mean, I don't want to feel like global peace and kindness have been lost due to all the global controversies and dramas and issues unfolding in the world at this time. And I just wanted to bring it back to what Universal Soul Love started as. We haven't introduced ourselves. We're about to get ready with our wonderful speaker, Diane Gray, in a moment. But my background is I'm a mystical author. I've been a private detective for many years. Dr. Lana Love is a mental health physician.
And have a Buddhist background, animal advocate, plant-based diet. So just the bit that we do for our planet.
Public speakers, been doing this for many years, and we know many of our speakers. We've interviewed them in the past.